Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch Frauleins in Uniform. Although I have a feeling they're out of their uniform with more than in them. Let's check it out. Based on a bestseller? Really? So they're going to volunteer to join the army or help them.
Is Dr. Goebbels a hero in your eyes?
They have to interview the ladies first, who are all naked, by the way.
What do you expect from love?
You ask me, I'm sure she realized she ate me with her eyes. No, she seemed to like looking at my tits as well.
There.
The brunette on the left is only half Aryan, so she wants to help the motherland too, but she's going to have to give some special favors to get permission. Guess that includes lesbianism.
I'll have to report you for this.
Okay. The doctor's in trouble.
Right to do that.
I suppose you didn't know a complaint has been lodged against you at the Ministry of Defense concerning your medical examinations.
Oh, I know nothing about it.
And proceedings are going to be taken against you.
So a bunch of our young ladies are off. Incidentally, that doctor was the one who was examining the ladies. He disapproved some people, and he got yelled at because he should have approved them all. So in revenge, they're going to take 2 of his daughters as well.
As a hospital nurse.
You mean you didn't volunteer?
No. My sister and I were drafted because my father had trouble with the Gestapo. He's a doctor of medicine by profession. He was sent to the front for something he did.
As they continue to talk, the fun begins. And even though there's a lot of sexy fun and games going on, there's a war going on as well. And their train gets bombed. And they all had to flee. I can't show you much more of it, but the first shower scene's coming up.
My ass is as Aryan as anyone's.
Group 2 to the showers.
Cleanliness is next to Naziness.
Cleanliness is next to Naziness.
Telling me what's in the letter.
It just says that we German women have the right to help our German men.
That's not very clever.
Clever or not, we're applying to get transferred to the Eastern Front for special service to the Fuhrer, and we're sure headquarters will think it's patriotic.
Not you, honey. Just keep that.
Oh, this is quite a film.
I'm getting signals loud and clear.
It's not all fun and games, though. This woman got assaulted by one of the soldiers, and she gets made fun of because she wasn't out on the front lines like everybody else.
We know where you're wounded. You've been screwing with the sergeant while we were defending. Yes, that's right. Come on.
Film comes with a skinny dipping scene as well.
It's the cold water.
Come on.
What makes you think I could swim?
Promiscuity and anti-German behavior have grown to such an extent that we now have cases of venereal disease in our ranks. It is more than lucky that this unit is going to move on to another camp before our service loses more of its reputation. I don't expect shining virtue from you, but this kind of moral degeneracy is not to be tolerated.
This is the woman who got assaulted. She ended up going AWOL,
No,
and now she's
not
caught.
Escape from detention camp.
I,
You'd better come with us. That way we'll be able to check you out.
They then show her what they do to deserters.
Ready, aim! Fire! Come on, hey!
800.
The truth comes out,
That's
so
what I said. She was raped.
Any other details?
The field doctor saw her. Yes, it was Staff Sergeant Kohler.
Staff Sergeant Kohler.
Yes. Have him sent to military detention barracks immediately.
The chief of the SS has personally received the message you sent him. I am authorized to give you the following answer. To the women and girls of OT Company, Brunhilde Division 1, Brunswick. Consequent to their demand for transfer to the front, the following have been approved. Costa Keller.
Here.
She's absolutely mad crazy. In the pig's eye.
Maybe she's really in love, huh?
In love, she's the same as everybody else. She'll go for anyone that doesn't wear skirts.
I was afraid you wouldn't come.
I came as soon as I could. A friend took over my duties for me.
You find that funny?
I don't know. They always want reassurance. They always ask a woman what she doesn't want to tell.
It was good. Go on, admit it.
Why ask me to reveal all of my weaknesses? It's only masculine pride that makes men ask us that.
Oh, no.
Be more careful about our meetings. The news is going around that we're going to the front. That's really so. It's finished. Then we'll be separated forever.
The Germans are losing war.
I don't know anymore.
There's some more.
Again, there is an actual war going on, and here come the Russian tanks. Can this small band of Germans repel the Red Army? Apparently so.
Ooh, I don't mind telling you, I was shitting in my pants.
You're not the only one.
Me too.
I think they just kind of veered off. I don't think they defeated them. Nonetheless, the Nazis celebrate, complete with swastika cake.
It's as golden as the hair of a true Aryan.
And a stripper.
What's the meaning of this intrusion? There's an officer downstairs from the front. He wants to speak to you.
I see. And what are they doing down there right now?
Striptease.
I might have known.
A little while later, all the girls are being held naked in some building somewhere, so naturally our soldiers need to go rescue them, risking the war effort in the process.
My father!
So the women are all naked, running away, being rescued,
A gallant night.
but they get in trouble for
The
it.
Russians are through our lines, and you're wasting good men. Precious lives.
You saved the girls.
That's small consolation to me, Major Coon. The cost was very heavy. A noble action, but not a very wise one. Was there really any point in it? Well,
My conscience is clear.
so there are still idealists alive in this crazy war. We're nearly at the end of it now, Major.
We've got no hope, sir. I'm quite sure of it.
That's pretty much our film. All right, let's talk about Frauleins in Uniform. This is a movie that I had on I think it was a bootleg VHS tape under the title She-Devils of the SS. I don't know where I got it from. Maybe it was Video Search Miami. I'm not sure, but I had it. And I don't know if I ever actually watched the movie, though. It's an exploitation film from 1973. German-made, directed by Erwin Dietrich, who directed a whole bunch of those early 70s jiggle and giggle Bavarian titty movies, which I've reviewed tons of. He probably did some of those Schoolgirl Report movies. He just did a lot of those types of movies. Very similar vein here, except with an exploitation background. So what we have here is a bunch of nubile young women who want to join the SS and help the soldiers on the front line. So they volunteer their services, and they're all like hot, sexy ladies, and pretty much all they want to do is, well, they'll do whatever they want, whatever they can, but ultimately they want to end up sleeping with the soldiers, and they get stripped down and examined by a doctor who basically looks at their naked bodies and says, "Yep, you'll do." And then they all get sent on a train to go to the war effort in Germany somewhere. And at one point, the girls get together. There's some lesbian stuff going on. There's some shower scenes. Always full frontal nudity in this movie. But the girls get together and say they want to help out the soldiers more, so they want to get put on the front line. That eventually gets approved. And the rest of the movie, there's just some war sequences, some explosions. They're trying to avoid the Russians from coming in with their tanks. The girls sleep around with the various soldiers. And ultimately, though, near the end of the movie, some of the girls are all captured. They're all naked in some building somewhere, and the guys decide to go rescue them, hurting their own war effort to do so. But they do so because there's a fantastic scene where they're all like running through the countryside, the soldiers and the women are all naked. They're just like running through the fields with explosions going off, and they're just naked. It was hilarious. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's this movie. Ultimately, at the end of this movie, the guy says, well, you hurt our efforts by rescuing those women. The war is lost. I don't think he was saying the war is lost because you rescued those women. I think he just realized the war was lost anyway. And that's kind of how our movie just ends like that. So there you go. Wow. There was even some Nazi cake in this movie. I haven't seen that before, but there was a big giant swastika on a piece of cake, or on a whole cake, actually. Crazy film. It's weird about this movie is because I've seen other non-exploitation movies like the Ilsa movies and such. Those are taken more of like a serious violent realm, but this one did not have that. This was more almost slapsticky, kind of like the other types of movies that Erwin Dietrich directed. Not a ton of violence in this movies, and it was, again, almost slapstick-like in some of the sequences. Tons and tons of nudity. There was some male and female and a little bit of male nudity as well. The women look great. I was looking at the cast of this movie. Usually I can recognize some names in there, but mostly I could not. There was like one actress whose name I recognized as being in some of those other movies, but other than that, they were mostly new actresses, I guess. Now, this is put out on DVD by this place, Cheesy Flicks. Again, Cheesy Flicks usually they just tend to be a little lower quality. They look like VHS rips. I don't even know if they're legit because the DVDs that they put out all say DVD-R on them. So are they a legit company? Do they have the rights to do these movies? I don't know. It does say widescreen on the back of this, so who the hell knows? The picture quality actually wasn't too bad with this one, so it's probably better than the bootleg VHS I had. But anyway, that is it. Frauleins in Uniform. You can get this on eBay. Pretty cheap. I think it was in the $10 range, $10-12, something like that, maybe even a little less. It's readily available and out there. I'll leave a link to this disc on Amazon if you're looking to get it. And again, we watch these movies just because we want to see a bunch of naked ladies running around. And in this one, they're literally doing that, running through the fields, trying to avoid the bombs going off. Just boobs bouncing everywhere. Just these naked ladies running through the fields. It's crazy. Anyway, that's it. Frauleins in Uniform. I sound so pervy watching this shit, don't I? But anyway, I'm not that pervy in real life. But it's for what it is, it's good. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Frauleins in Uniform. Watch it. Bye.